Jose, give me one way Purdy is an improvement over James Richard Garoppolo, who some people call Jimmy.
Only some people.
Some people.
You know what? In the limited action for that game, he actually has several things that I think he does better than Garoppolo. But the one that pretty much stood out the most to me was how mobile he is. All right. So the last super chat guy was on the money about that. He's a lot more mobile. So all those blitzes that came out, all the free rushes or whatever, Purdy had that natural instinct and that twitch or whatever, that fire off the gun to, I gotta go away from this. Like, it felt like he just knew. He had that instinct to move around and look natural. The only thing that I feel like kind of like that derails him is his pocket acumen's a little bad. That's how he ran to that sack, and he kind of almost did another time where it was like, what's this guy doing? Why is he spinning around, going 5 yards deep south and then rolling out? But whatever. The point is, he's faster. He can move around. He looks comfortable as hell with his legs, which I'm wondering if now we don't see Kyle utilize more of his bootleg actions. Which
we tried. He just was keep bootlegging him into. Maybe if Trent Williams stopped tipping the plays, they could actually fool people with play action. But I digress.
Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing that more.
Yeah, like Trent Williams is in my room or something. Yeah.
That's why I think. That movement that they gave him, like,
it never works. It never works. Well, maybe. Anyway, moving on.
They're still going to use it.
They never fool anyone with their play action this year, but it's not Trent Williams' fault. Keep going.
I don't think anyone's really being fooled so much. I watched a lot of Browns this year. Jacoby Brissett's been found with some free rushers. I don't think no one's falling for that. Everyone's founded them out. That Kyle Shanahan type of situation.
It seems like it's scouted. Like, yep, I agree with that.
1,000%. Even with Rodgers. But yeah,
whenever the Niners go under center, it's like, well, this play isn't going to work. Whatever they're doing, right? Whenever they're under center, I'm like, this is not going to work. If it's a run, pass, whatever. Like then in the shotgun, I'm like, okay, this is probably going to work. Whatever it is.
You just wonder how there's going to be a way to circumvent that, which maybe you will because you got a faster quarterback now who looks natural on the move. This is going to be ways now you're not going to have to worry too much about like those rushers in a way because they were getting after him. They were getting after Purdy a lot.
All right, well, Purdy, what I see that I like a lot, he can throw on the run, rolling right. Jimmy can't do that. He made some really nice throws rolling right. And obviously he avoided sacks that Jimmy can't avoid. So those two things right there are nice. And then also in the red zone, I think he's might be, it's early, but I like him in the red zone. Jimmy seems indecisive in the red zone. He straight dropbacks and it's like, oh, no one's open. What do I do? He's had some bad interceptions. Well, not some, but that one interception in the red zone against Kansas City was terrible. And I like Purdy. I thought he made some nice throws in the red zone too in the preseason. So I think those are three ways the offense is improved with Purdy. I'm not necessarily certain that it's going to always be better with Purdy, but those are three things while he's healthy that I like. I think the red zone offense could improve.
I'd answer that. So, he looks more. He plays with more swagger and confidence. I feel.
Yes.
Not to say that ever.
Less
Jimmy
fear of getting hurt. Jimmy's gotten hurt so many times, man.
And that's another thing I was going to say too. Yeah. Is like it's not just the confidence. It's like just the way after the score touchdowns, like the camera zooms in, like you just see his body language, where he's just like literally like one of those dude football players. He's like, he's getting juiced. And another thing is like the confidence part.
He kind of like struts around after.
Yeah,
it's really funny. It's really funny.
Pick, a borderline undrafted free agent, where it's like I got nothing to lose, man. Which if he keeps that attitude, that's going to be freaking huge to him and to the 49ers.
You have to have that attitude.
Yes, and you have to because
he carries himself like he's a day 1, day 2 pick. He does.
That's beautiful.
He carries himself that
always
way.
feel that confident. You can't have that in any position.
Nick Mullins didn't. You could feel his apprehension. Nick Mullins. You know what I'm saying? You can see like the sweat dripping off his brow. Like he wants so much. It meant so much to him, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But with Purdy, it seems, and I'm not saying Purdy could fall apart. But right now, he hasn't lost yet. He's undefeated and he's cocky. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, now anyway. I don't think he'll waver too much if that's the version we saw in terms of at least the mental standpoint. I'm not talking about the actual like execution and stuff. But another thing that I liked is, even with all the pressure that kept coming to him, whether he was getting hit, whether he was getting hit to the ground or running around, he never wavered off that too much either. Like honestly, it almost made him play better. I watched the game back last night. He played a better second half than he did first half, I think, because he looked more poised and calm.
I agree.
He just saw the confidence. Not like he didn't have it as much in the first half either, but you just saw he got better as he settled in more. And I think a lot of that was just his mental strength. Because so many times we saw Jimmy against the Saints, he got hurt early on. The pressure came early on, and he was skittish. I mean, never at one point did I feel like Brock's not skittish. I mean, that guy knows he's gonna get hit, and he's just like, whatever, here you go.
Well, he's not skittish yet. I mean, wait for it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? But hold on. I'm not saying that he will. I'm just saying you get hit enough times.
We'll see.
You get hit enough times, it happens. So hold on. 2 more things that I like about him, maybe over Jimmy. Ball placement, which you could say accuracy, but like Jimmy, you know, they always say he's super accurate. Yeah, but his completion percentage is good, but he throws a lot of high passes, a lot of passes. Yeah, I think his ball placement is super overrated. I like Purdy's ball placement so far. He's good at hitting guys, you know, not too high, not too low, in stride. I think that's intriguing. And then the last thing is the touch.
One, remember? They dropped?
Touch. Yeah, but touch. Jimmy has none. Jimmy misses deep throws because he throws them on a line. Like, I think this guy actually, I'm not saying he has a stronger arm than Jimmy because I don't think he does. In fact, he doesn't. But he has touch, which means he should throw. You don't need a strong arm to throw a deep ball. That's a touch throw a lot of times. And the reason Jimmy can't hit the deep ball isn't because he doesn't have a strong enough arm. It's because he has no freaking touch or sense of depth. You know, I mean, he'll overthrow it, he'll underthrow it. I think this guy actually can hit Christian McCaffrey if he's wide open running a wheel route. I think he can. So that's nice. That's like 5 things we just listed.
Hell no. I don't think he can do that. I think he has a terrible arm. This guy has 0 zip, 0 velocity, no dart. I feel like I was watching it. I feel like a lot of his throws
no dart. No zip.
That were going over 8 yards. It felt like it was going slow motion. And I felt that way in training camp. He kind of made me like reel back my take when I saw him in the preseason game. I was like, okay, he can actually dart a little more. And then I saw this game and I was like, you know what? You actually had like a handful of throws that kind of looked like it was slow motion. So to me, I think Jimmy can hit it, can throw it, can bullet it in there a little more better.
Yes,
ball placement, I'll give you 1,000%. Ball placement, it just goes slower motion for me, and I'm just like, you know what? You throw a more pickable ball because if you go against faster players, they might be able to jump you.
Do you know what Brock Purdy's fastest throw was at the combine, miles per hour? Do you know? I looked it up.
Not.
Can you guess?
Oh God. What's like? Okay, tell me what the average is usually because I don't know.
Average is like, I think Jimmy was like 53. I want to say 53, 54, maybe 55, somewhere in there. Huh? 51. 51.
Damn.
Brock Purdy.
Next one would have been 47.
That's really low on the scale though. I think usually most good quarterbacks are 53 and above. There are some examples of people below it. Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, but usually those guys are super good athletes. I'm just saying, there's a reason this dude was like
but those also
Mr. Irrelevant. He's got no zip on his throws. 0 zip. And he's small. And he's not running a 4.5. He's running a 4.84. So, I mean, that's why it's not like the whole league was crazy to pass on him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no.
But he's accurate.